Hi there, it's Lowell Edwards to the province. This is a video edition of the fifth quarter on a night in which the BC Lions, well, what do you know, they win 19-12 over the Montreal Alouettes before just over 27,000 at BC Place Stadium. The place was rocking like it was in some of the good times back in the 2006-2007 season, and for good reason. Very entertaining game all the way around. Two real storylines that stand out, of course. One is the record running performance of rookie tailback Martel Mallet. He finishes with 213 yards on 21 carries. That breaks the club record held by Sean Millington, who had 212 in the 1997 game for the Lions. Let's see, Mallet also had 2 catches for 14 yards as well. Didn't factor in any return yardage tonight. So a very, very good night for Martel Mallet. The Lions, had a running philosophy tonight in the sense that they exploited some things they thought they could. Angus Reid got the Gladiator watch from TSN because of the way in which the Lions used him to attack the Montreal defensive front. That was obviously a key in the minds of the players because Martel Mallet certainly had some pretty sizable holes. Had a game that he might have forgotten all about it because he had a fumble late in the fourth quarter that forced a turnover when the Lions were within at least field goal range down at the 8-yard line. But he recovered it, a 53-yard run late in the game, and that set up the winning touchdown to Emmanuel Arsenault with just over 2 minutes left. The other storyline, of course, occurred after that. That was when the Montreal Alouettes had not one, not two, but 3 chances to convert on third down. A lot of confusion that took place in that time period. As near as we can tell, and then from talking to a couple of the game officials afterwards, they explained it thusly. The first down play was called a timeout, or the first attempt at the third down was a timeout called by BC coach Wally Buono. The second timeout was second play was an assist, if you will, from the league head office in Toronto, who buzzed the game officials saying that they had to review the game clock and reset the clock back 3 seconds, and that was vital because the Lions were going to be called for offside, but that flag had to be picked up because the play did not occur. And on the third play, Ternan Andy, a guy who just got back in the lineup this week because of the release of Gary Butler, an extra linebacker, he comes in and makes the key third down stop with the help of a lot of others. And it was a turnover on downs that the Lions desperately needed. Very key point to note, I think, in this game. The Lions made they made a commitment defensively to stop the run. They held Javi Glatt out of the game defensively. He had exactly 3 defensive plays all night. The Lions went with basically a mixture of Juwan Armour and Anton McKenzie, and for the most part it was effective. They held Avon Coburn in the first half to just 4 yards on 2 carries. Coburn finished the game with 93 yards on 13 carries, so the Alouettes did figure some things out in the second half. But all in all, the run defense was obviously a lot better than it was 2 weeks ago against Winnipeg. Montreal had 124 rushing yards when all things were said and done. Not too much on the injury front. Saw Ted Crawford hobbling around with an ankle injury, but he did come back into the game. The Lions' special teams was very, very good again. Sean White punting very well, as well as the downfield coverage, which has been much improved from weeks past. That was a key factor in holding field position for the Lions. They held a sizable edge in the field position game, and that ultimately turned out to be one of the differences in a very, very tightly contested game that gives Wally Buono the career coaching record tie. It was his 231st win, and obviously he gets a chance to break it next week in his old hometown in Montreal when he gets to see if he can go past Don Matthews in Montreal next Sunday, the 13th of September, when the rematch, which figures to be a dandy after what took place. So the Lions moved to 4-5 and really right their season, give them an opportunity to look forward to what may lie ahead here in the second half now that the first half is done. Again, 19-12 for the Lions over the Montreal Alouettes. As mentioned, they play the Alouettes a week from Sunday at Molson Stadium in Montreal. That's the fifth quarter video edition.